What's going on, everyone? Kaneda here, and today we're talking about the most thought-provoking show out right now, Squid Game. Written and directed by Hwang Dong-hyuk, considered being a modern-day battle royale. Now, this is going to be a spoiler review, so for those who've seen it, know that this is no Hunger Games. And we're going to discuss what we liked, what we would do, some crazy theories we heard out there, but we also want to hear from you. What would you do? How would you play this game? And as Bong Joon-ho, the director of Parasite, said, once you overcome the 1-inch tall barrier of subtitles, you'll be introduced to so many more amazing films, which is why I'm excited to see yet another foreign show, #1 on Netflix for nearly 3 weeks now. Follow me on Twitter. You know, I guess this would be the old man by episode 3, which is why I'm excited to bring back to the show Geo. Welcome to the show.
Hey,
I think you responded to that tweet saying you were on episode 6, that I was wrong.
That was extremely cocky because I answered. you put, for people watching this, he put out a tweet that said, "I'm highly suspicious of the #1, the yes. Old man." And I saw the tweet as I was watching the very famous episode 6.
Right.
And because this is a spoiler review, we know what happens in episode 6. It's a big tearjerker one. Everyone's, sad, boo-hoo. So I respond to this guy's tweet. Listen, wait, like I knew, like, oh, but just wait, bro. You don't know anything. Wait, don't jump the gun or blah, blah, blah. I told you to slow down or something. Little did I know, I stayed very quiet when I finally finished the show and saw what the big reveal was, and I was so pissed.
I saw no reply.
Yeah, I blocked him immediately on Twitter. I was like, that's it. I don't want to get the "I told you so." But yeah, you win. Whatever wager it is, you win this one. So
no, I have fun always like guessing these shows, and this is one of my favorite genres. I love like the battle royale, Hunger Games, but it makes me think like, did you enjoy this? Wait, did you think this is the #1 show for a reason, or is it just like for conversation point?
No, it's a #1 show for a reason. I really enjoyed it, and people that don't usually watch, either Korean horror genre, battle royale-esque type shows, you can see why it was so addictive, right? Like,
yeah.
The kid game aspect of it, the violence you get from like a Saw, the Hunger Games feel you get.
Yeah.
Everything was packed in one. So you get the addiction, because once I saw the first episode and red light, green light, like I had to see what else they were going to put out there. It's addictive for a reason. It was great. I loved it. I everything about it. I didn't love the dismount though. That was my only thing. I didn't like the last episode, but everything else about it, I really, really enjoyed it.
No, yeah, I'm with you, because like I feel like they took a childhood game like red light, green light, but then they made it absolutely horrifying. And you could immediately sell this show to anyone just by saying, just watch the first episode. And by the time you get to the end, tell me what you think. And then you immediately have to keep going. And that's what I loved about it, because it just allowed you to converse with a lot of people about it. And I'll agree with you. The ending was a bit abrupt for me. I think that once we got to the glass bridge, like, too many people were taken out by the glass bridge. I think there should have been maybe one more challenge or so, but before we got, because then it was just like, oh, there's 3 left. It's like, now there's only 2 left. I didn't think that was good.
No, it was either way, each game provided its own, excitement and anxiety behind it. What I really loved red light, green light, the tug of war inspiration speech by Old Man was probably the one of the better games for me, just because like you felt the like, we got to come together moment. We got, he killed it with that speech, with that, just getting everyone hyped up with his like, this is the technique we used to use. And then even everyone loves to hate this guy, San-woo, provided that little bit of.
I mean, everyone loves to hate him, but he was. I mean, if I had to play the game, I would probably play it like him.
Right. Well, yeah. No, he did play it the smartest, right? Like no feelings. This guy was like, I'm going into this.
It's a life or death game.
No friends. He wasn't messing around. Like you get it. but the way the show made it, like it was just so easy to hate the guy, right? Because that's what they wrote him in as. But it was done well, man. I loved every character. He was a perfect good bad guy because
Yeah.
they were friends and blah blah blah.
But like it's a game where everyone is pitted against themselves, and yet we're supposed to then, you know, be endeared to some characters. Like these are people who have put themselves in these situations. Like we have Ji-hung in the beginning stealing from his mother and whatnot, yet we're suddenly feeling bad for him. And oh wait, and then did you notice on the tug of war game that the old man's locks were different? So there was
No.
tons. Yeah, that he's the only one who doesn't have the chrome lock. So he always has these little escapes. And I think it was I noticed his behavior in the beginning was off because he was the first person to walk, and then he walks like 3 times before anyone else does, and that's when I said, okay, something's up with him.
Mm.
And but yeah.
I thought that was smart because so I read that as so they did a really good job at letting you know that he's like had cancer of sorts or like he was losing his mind of sorts or whatever. So I think in my head watching it, I thought he was just like, I got nothing to lose. I'm, I'm in this just for the excitement of all, which he was at the end of it all. He was in it for like the thrill. And you can tell from red light, green light, like he had that smile on his face as he's stepping forward and stuff.
Yeah.
But in for someone not knowing what's going to happen, you're like, oh, he's just like, this is the end of my life. I'm gonna go nuts. That's the way I saw it.
Okay, so this is the crazy theory that I heard. He's actually Ji-hun's father because he says he had a son who was similar to him. They both say when they're playing the marble game that they grew up in a similar place. And then apparently, like, there's something about the birthdays that may line up when he says, my son had a birthday in a few days. And apparently in the beginning of the movie, like he's saying his birthday was similar time frame. So there is this theory that he was his father. And I would not put it past a crazy, like, a twist that they would add into this story, considering everything else that they've already put into it. But what are your thoughts on that?
I welcome it, considering how the this season ended and that twist of I if there's a season 2 and they work that into it, I hope it's done well. Like I'll fully accept it. He gets a letter from him after he dies and explaining everything, and he somehow has to kind of go into that world. Who knows? But I'd eat it up. The show definitely proved to me that they can do whatever they want with my time, and I'm gonna eat it all up like cereal.
Oh yeah,
it was so good.
Completely. All right, so that being said, I mean, I definitely want more of the police officer brother drama in a second season. But are there any childhood games that you play or like that you've known that you would like to see in a second season?
Yeah, man, I thought of a bunch. I mean, like off the top of my head, musical chairs would be a bit, you can get real dark with that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't know if it would be a big group one, but if they had like some kind of like manhunt or tag or something, but that'd be a little weird to pull off. So I'd stick closer to musical chairs for sure.
No, I was thinking like, of course I went to Monopoly or Risk, but I've already lost enough friends playing both of those already, so they don't need that to bring that into Squid Game. But then I'm thinking, because I loved Resident Evil so much, like you do jump rope with lasers, and then like it's once they come like double dutch, no, like, you lose both feet.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. Every they incorporate a dark skip it, remember the skip its. Yeah, but there's so much to choose from. But for like kind of going into with a season 2, like if they do a season 2, who knows if they're going to focus it. I forgot what the director said, but I don't think he's going to focus it on the players this time, which kind of leads me to believe that he's going to focus on those workers, right?
Yeah.
Because in my head, I think those workers are in the situation like for the same reasons, right? Like they maybe
Oh
I
yeah,
saw some stuff online, like maybe they didn't pick the blue.
right. Yeah, they didn't pick
Yeah,
the red card.
yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
those people are in
They
their own trap.
yeah, they're working it off a different way, right? So it'd be interesting to see how those people got there, but it can go into the that whole organization. But the bread and butter are those games, right? Like I feel like if you do another season and can't see those games, like it's kind of
Yeah.
pointless, and you can't get attached to some of these characters. I feel like they should still keep it
Yeah, because
into the
that's what's
games a little
fun
more.
is talking with people. How would you play it? Like, how far do you think you would make it in this game?
Well, I would have definitely murdered red light, green light for sure. Like
Right,
there's no way I'm moving.
easy.
Uh, easy win. The tug of war, man, that was luck of the draw, right? Like
Yeah.
depending on your team and whatever. I'd say I do okay, but it depends on the team. I can't say that the marble game was rough, right? Because your first instinct, I'm gonna pick my best friend, right? Like I'm gonna pick, that was the biggest. Like, so imagine I was like, Canadian, we're about to play this marble game real quick, and we're about to beat everybody. And we show up and we have to look at each other like, all right, I guess this is it, man. That was the crushing episode 6. I don't know if I have the stomach to do that. I have to look at you and play. What would we play marbles wise? Like, let's just beam it at the wall and make up a guy. I like the make up a game thing. We'll just
Yeah, I mean, knowing me, I'd probably just like be like, okay, we're gonna hold these in our hands and we're gonna run like 5 miles.
Yeah, whoever's last. And the glass game, and that was a weird one. I kept trying to like how would I do this, right? Like I'm glad he did that whole marble thing. Check the sound and whatever, because the whole time I was thinking, I was like, oh, if I had if I happen to have some pebbles in my pocket, I'd check the sound consistency of this stuff. But who's to say, man? Like you have all these like different, like everyone's playing differently. You got that evil, the bad guy in there. So who knows if any of us would make it that far? Like if we would have probably died during the nighttime killing scene after the first night. Remember the prison break scene, pretty much.
I definitely would have built myself a fort. So I know that would have happened. Like out of all those empty bunk beds,
they would have came for you immediately. You would have been done on that day. Like, yeah, let's get the tallest guy here, wipe him out. You would have been done.
I mean, like naturally, I think I would have won. But if I had any troubles with anything, I think it would have been the glass bridge, because if the crate challenge was any indication, my strategy would have been, I'm going to go full speed, just like the one guy did. And I know I would have, missed at least one or two. Every time I've held tempered glass, I've shattered it. So I have no idea which is better. So, yeah,
I would have survived that fall, so it doesn't matter.
Just superhero landed.
Yeah, I would have got shot down there, but I would have survived it. Just to
All right. So, final thoughts. What did you rate this season out of 10?
I say this because I haven't seen the battle royale. I haven't seen shows. My friend of mine, there's another show on Netflix, Alice what was it called? I can't remember now, but there's other similar shows to it, like the game concept apparently, and I haven't seen too many of them. So this is like my first dive into this kind of show, but I really loved it, and it's making me kind of look for other ones similar to it. For what it was, I give it, I give it a 9 or 8.5 because I didn't like the whole reveal, and it was the old guy all along kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to call it like lazy or anything, but I wish it was something else, right? I would have taken anything else but that.
No, for sure. I definitely think I'm right there with you. The ending was a little bit of a letdown for me. I did find out why he changed his hair to red. And that's basically because the director said it would just be something so drastically different from the person that he was in the beginning, and he was so changed that he anger was an emotion that he would not feel in the beginning. So to express anger, that was like personified through the red hair. So like I agree with you. I just had a lot of fun with it. I'm gonna give it a 9 as well. The ending was a little bit of letdown for me. I still think Battle Royale is probably gonna be #1 for me. If you haven't seen it, I think Battle Royale is the best version of this genre film. And if you're looking for more brutality with the Korean films, I would definitely check out the Vengeance trilogy. Now everyone knows Old Boy, but there's 2 other films in that trilogy that I think are really, really good. Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance is one of my favorite films of all time. Any final thoughts for you, Gio, on Squid Game?
Well, I remembered the show. Alice in Borderland is the other
Okay.
show that I people keep recommending. Oh, you like this? But last thoughts. I loved it. It was fun from the first episode to the last. Highly recommend. The don't let subtitles be the border that stops you from watching this. Don't watch it dubbed. The dub takes away from it, right? Like you don't get to capture the actor's voice and inflections and things like that. But go see it. I mean, watch it. I really, really like this thing. And if I don't see people walking around in contestant Halloween costumes this year, that's a letdown. Like, might be the easiest costume to pull off. Get yourself a tracksuit and put a number on it. You're good. Please, I want to see it out there. Please send Kaneda your Halloween Squid Game inspiration, please.
Send all of those Squid Game posts to the Instagram and Twitter. And let us know how you would play the game. We're going to get out of here, but thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Until next time, see you soon.